All of us on this earth know that there is a time to live and that there is a time to die. Yet death is always a shock to those left behind. It is even more of a shock when death, the proud brother, comes suddenly without warning.
Stop. Catch your breath. Go.
As if something somewhere had happened to me, which I couldn't see. And then, the moment I met you again, I knew in my heart that we were friends. It had to be so, it couldn't be no, but try. Me in a way I can't describe. Words mean so little when you look up and smile. I don't care what people say, to me you're more than a child. Oh Claire, Claire.
Is it spooky?
For a moment so
Spooky.
rare.
Spooky! Is it spooky winter? Yes! Is it spooky? Oh! Jen, is it spooky?
Spooky!
Pop, is it spooky?
I'm going the wrong way. Sorry, everyone.
Spooky! We nearly became spookies there.
No. Spooky.
Oh. Does the word spooky make you scared? Why would you do that? Why would you do that, Lark? Oh, there's a spooky pumpkin. There's a spooky pumpkin, guys.
Right, wait a second,
There's a spooky pumpkin. Alright. Why is she just shouting pumpkin? Oh, careful now.
Whoa, pumpkin.
4 pumpkins, you're right, darling. Wow. This one looks spooky, eh, guys? What is it, a puddle?
Just so you know, I think there's a good chance that this might be the review of this game that you're watching right now. Because I'm so short on time. I'll put this bit in the review as well. That this will be the review that I'm doing right now. Blood. Blood. What's the deal with this game? You start it and then you're in this area. What's the deal? I don't understand. Where's the menus? How do I shoot zombies? Fuck. Fucking. Fuckers. Fucking fuckers. How long's this game been on? About 20 minutes I've been playing this fucking game. I've done nothing. I've selected some fucking menus and I've tried to play the game and now it's saying you can't play the game. I can't be bothered with this. Like, I really, it has to be, are they zombies? If these people are ill, they might become zombies. Let's get it over with, quick. Get it over with. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. I don't want to customise your weapon. Oh, for fuck's sake. For fuck's sake. Customise your weapon.
You go earn it.
He's a tough guy, him. Defeat the breaker. What breaker? What's a breaker? Oh, that thing. This game doesn't feel as if it's working right.
Need to reload.
How do I... Aye, that. Yeah, I've heard that.
Shoot me! Reloading!
Thanks, Walker.
There's the carpet for... The carpet for The Shining. Probably the most referenced carpet in the history of carpets. Is there zombies in this game? Whoa! Well, I did ask, didn't I? I did ask.
A starting point is unlocked by reaching certain designated safe rooms.
Why is this explained?
Increase the difficulty.
Why is this explained? It's the fourth game in the series. Why are they explaining this? This is Left 4 Dead. This is what I like about what's happening here. This is Left 4 Dead. Standing at a doorway, shiting yourself as loads and loads and loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of zombies come. And you don't know when they're going to end. I get you, I get you, I get you, I get you. Yeah, the carpet for The Shining. Oh, the wee bike for The Shining as well. Why are they not reacting? What kind of Left 4 Dead game is this? Open the gate, in brackets, calls the hordes. This game's fucking shite. No shite. No shite, I didn't mean shite.
Nice!
You know what I mean? But open the gate, in brackets, calls the horde. Why do they do this?
Variety of cards that support your
Why do they do this?
From medic to melee and everything in between. Player cards can also be gained in-game and from...
Good, good. Unlocked, unlocked, unlocked. This isn't a gameplay. This isn't a gameplay. Let's leg it. That was a bad idea. In the room, in the room, in the room, in the room. Get in the room! Oh, you absolute idiots. Get across the river. How did I do that? Can I swim? Is anybody gonna save me?
Here.
Anybody gonna save me? Anybody?
Oh, I knew I made a big mistake.
Anybody?
Right between the eyes.
Anybody?
I'm over here.
He's gonna save me? I'm stuck in a tree. I'm stuck in a tree. Click, 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 click. Mind when you could buy a game and you'd just get the game? You'd turn the game on it and you'd be playing the game. Mind when that used to happen? They've taken a good franchise, Left 4 Dead, and they've added a load of rubbish that nobody wants. Is he on our side? Is this thing on our side?
Walker, watch out!
I don't know what's happening. Is he on our team? What's his name? What's your name, mate? If you're going to be on the team, I need to know what your name is so I can shout you when I'm falling off scenery. She just literally just stands and watches them ripping the boards apart and doesn't do anything. Don't let them do that. Just fade to black.
Good job, people.
That is so crap, man. That is so crap. The level didn't even properly end, it just faded to black. Look at them flying about all the shop. It feels as if it's falling apart sometimes, the game. Look at these zombies just floating about, floating out of the fences and floating up onto the cars. What is this game? Gather your team before proceeding. Oh, because this idiot's stuck behind a... What's happening here? What are you doing? Do I need to, can one of you carry one of these? Can you get in a doorway? Any chance you can get in a doorway?
Go give him hell.
Hello, Fanny, man.
Quite a few years ago now. Quite a long time ago, actually. We reviewed a game on Consolevania called Resident Evil 4. I reviewed it. Resident Evil 4 on GameCube, and I remember buying it out of CA Games, I believe it was called, in the West End, where you would buy all the import games from a GameCube imported from America. Reviewing it, getting the review done fast. Everybody was watching me play. I couldn't believe it. I was like, we need to get this in the show. We need to get it sent to people as soon as possible because I can't believe how good this game is. Resident Evil 4 is still my second favourite game of all time. Number 2 on my list of the games of all time, Resident Evil 4. And if you had told me back in the day that one day technology would reach a point where one day you will be in Resident Evil 4, I would have thought you were off your fucking rocker. But now we are here. Now we are here. Now, I've been filming a show called Games Master. I'm just a presenter on it, right? I don't have any say in anything. And I was astonished. Games Master is sponsored by Oculus, sponsored by this mob, right? This mob has money in Games Master. I'm going to talk to you, your friends here, right? So I can talk straight to all of you. And I was like, oh, you know, it flashes up wee red flags a wee bit, that kind of thing, right? However, I will say this, I wanted to review Resident Evil 4 on the Oculus Quest 2 on Games Master. I was like, this will be perfect. If they want to pun their VR stuff, let's review a big game. But the problem was the game was too fucking good. So we couldn't review it because it would look dodgy. Weren't they allowed to review it? Because they had money in the show, so we couldn't review Resident Evil 4 on Oculus Quest. I was like, this makes no sense. But I suppose it's an integrity thing, it's keeping everything clean. But I can tell yous about it. I can tell yous about how amazing this is. And I'm not just saying this because obviously I've benefited a wee bit now for Games Master's corporate Oculus sponsorship stuff. It's not because of that. I'm a big fan of VR. I think Ryan's a big fan of VR as well. And I'm a big fan of the Oculus Quest. I bought the first one, love the first one. Oculus Quest 2 is even better. I love VR stuff. And when I heard that Resident Evil 4 was coming out in VR, I was excited. I was excited, right? But I thought to myself, what are they going to do here? Are they going to change the game fundamentally? Are they going to fuck around with it? Is it going to be an abbreviated version of it? Is it going to be shortened? And what's actually happened is they've had this amazing idea where they've went, let's just put the person into Resident Evil 4 as they remember it. And I think that's why this game is so special. I'm going to turn it on. Always amazes people that you can see through the Oculus Quest headset. It always blows people away when you tell them you can do that, right? Right, so here I am. We're in it. We're in Resident Evil 4. We recognise that sound. The reason why I think this game is such a success as a VR experience is that this is a world we are familiar with, we remember it, so it's not like you're being dropped into an experience and you're having to get your bearings. You already know this world. You know this place. So because It's a world you're familiar with that they've recreated. There's immediately a sense of comfort, weirdly, in this game that's really scary, and it is really scary. There's a certain sense of comfort in being here. So here's a magical moment, right? This isn't a spoiler, I know yous have all played Resident Evil 4. We're coming out to the dug, and this time, to let the dug out, we're going to physically pull that apart with our hands. There you go, Ian, off you go. It's magic, that. I don't care what anybody says. See, moments like that are magic, and I've done that so many times on so many game systems. I've let that dog escape. I've opened that bear trap and let that dog escape. But doing it this time, using these hands, it's incredible. Now, I need to talk to you about how you use all your shit in this game. If you want your knife, you just grab it for yourself. It's how to explain it. You just reach here, grip, and you take out your knife. There it is. You want to get rid of it, you just do that. If you want your gun, you just reach down to your holster and you grab your gun. If you want to load your gun, you reach down here, you pull out the ammo, you actually slide it in, you load it. You remember these bombs? You remember there's a bear trap there? Let's be careful. Let's go around here.
Un forastero!
There he is. Right, here we go. A bit of action now. Rattle. Boom. Now, it comes out to third person when you do things like the kicking. It comes out to third person when you do things like that, but I think that's fine. It works, it helps you keep your bearings. The thought of everything. I want to get into some more action here. Let's see. Let's deal with this first. Allí está! Then you get me. Oh, you bastard. Come on then. Come on. Boof. Sort it. Watch this. Oh, let me try again. Look at that. Can you do that? Can you do that in the GameCube? Can you do that in the Wii? I mean... know what I mean? Oh. That was a mistake. Watch this. Yes, man. Yes. Oh, you fucker. Right in my eye. Right in my in. Got myself right in the in there. Alright, herbs. Take that. Bang, and it comes. Take my knife out. Okay, man. Now, in case you've not noticed yet, this is absolutely amazing. I nearly threw my controller right out my hand there. I was so excited. Every time I play this, I get super excited. See, even things like being able to take the ammo and have a proper look at it. All these items that you've seen so many times. Peekaboo. Boof. Oh, fuck. Bang.
Lord Sadler.
That's what I'm talking about. That's how a true gangster operates. Being no doubt. Oh, I didn't realise you were looking at my arse all the way through that. Listen, being no doubt. Sorry, I'm out of my... I can't believe that I can now go into the world of Resident Evil 4. I can't believe it. I mean, this feels like genuine progress. I know they can make graphics better, and I know that this, you'll have watched it, and it's still the old Resident Evil 4 graphics. It still looks the same as the old Resident Evil 4. It's not like they've made it all, you know, natural looking graphics and all that, you know what I mean, dead realistic, hyper realism. No, they've made it look like that world that you remember. They've made it look right, and then they've dropped you right in it. And that just feels like an incredible achievement to me. This is one of the best games ever made, arguably the best game ever made. For a lot of people, it's up there. And this is the best version of it. And not only is it the best version of it, it's a version of it that you are inside. It's a version of it that allows you to sit down and rest in the world of Resident Evil 4. Like, you can go to some of your favourite locations and just chill out. I'm astonished by it. I'm astonished that people are only making more noise about it. I know it's getting good reviews, but I'm astonished that people out there are only going, this is incredible, look at how far we've come. This is a landmark moment. I genuinely believe this is a landmark moment. Because I feel that not only is this about taking this classic game and allowing you to exist within it and the magic that's inherent in that, that's not the only thing that matters here. What also matters is it feels like they finally worked out how to do VR. They finally worked out how to do it. Give people things that they're familiar with. Maybe don't necessarily push for, you know, amazing graphics experiences or anything like that, but to try and give them the opportunity to exist for a long time in a world where they can become acclimatised and become accustomed to how it works. And I feel like that step now of grabbing all the stuff off your body and how you manage all your equipment and stuff like that's huge steps forward. And it's so fitting that in a game like Resident Evil 4 that was full of big steps forward, here now Resident Evil 4 in the virtual space again feels like new innovations, new steps forward. I'm delighted by this. And people have said to me, I'm not going to pay 250 quid for a VR helmet to play fucking Resi 4 in VR. Well, I'm telling you, you fucking should. If you can afford it at all, you deserve to play this experience. If you're somebody who watches Consolevania, which means you're somebody who has loved games for so long, and you're somebody that knows good games, and you know important steps when they happen, you know? When they big important leaps come, you're there for them. You should be fucking playing this. It's worth the 250 quid to play one of the best, to live inside, to be fucking inside one of the best games ever made. Keep them coming, I say. Keep them coming. San Andreas is coming. I just heard that yesterday, that San Andreas is going to come to VR. Are we going to be able to drive about listening to our music inside the world of San Andreas? How in the way that looked back then? I can't wait. Give us Morrowind in VR. Fuck me, man. Give Ryan Morrowind in VR. Properly. This is it. This is it. The VR era is properly here now. I'm telling you. Resi. Happy Halloween.
This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Doki Doki Literature Club on the surface appears to be one of the grubby virtual novel things where they claim that all the characters are over the age of 18 but clearly some of them are about 12. This one's different though because it's got some other stuff happening under the surface that you're going to find out after you've been playing it for a mere 3 or 4 hours. That's all it's going to take, 3 or 4 hours. I listen to their garbled, there's no way that lass is 18. Listen to their nonsense. And bending over to pick things up, obviously, and pushing her boobs out. The original version of Doki Doki Literature Club came out in 2017 on the PC, but there's a Plus version that just came out on Switch this year, and this game was recommended to me by a 13-year-old boy. A 13-year-old boy who literally said that this is his favourite game that he's played. He explained to me that it is a virtual novel, just like you would see in other examples. I can't name any, obviously, because I'm not a pervert. But that it takes a twist at certain times. I should point out at this point in the review that there will be spoilers in this review. Do not watch this review if the spoilers are going to bother you. So just don't watch if you don't want to see the spoilers. If you don't want to see the spoilers, don't watch this review. Cheers. So it was explained to me by said 13-year-old boy that Doki Doki Literature Club is a virtual novel, but it actually turns into a horror game the further into it that you get. It's still going to take you a good few hours of listening to their waffle before you get to that point though. Along the way you're going to start to notice that the characters say things that are a bit out of place, or a little bit worrisome, and then things start to escalate. For example, here this lassie's eyes and mouth have fallen out, and as it was explained to me, the characters start to become kind of self-aware, and some of them kill themselves, and the game breaks. You have to go onto your file system and delete files and do all that kind of wacky nonsense that you would find disturbing if you were 13 and you didn't have that much experience. I don't find Doki Doki Literature Club disturbing. I don't think it's much of a horror game. I don't think it's particularly well written. I don't even think the ideas are really that fresh. It's accomplished in so much as the art is clearly competent. The game works. It clearly works. We've all played games that don't work. It's got that going for it. I mean, I say game, you know what I mean. There's a real paper thinness to it that makes me feel like it hasn't earned the right to do the things that it's doing. It hasn't earned the right to touch the subjects that it's touching. And it's doing so in a way that's quite cheap. It's made me realise that I've developed more of a seriousness around these kind of issues, and I don't think that just having a twist is enough to be getting like 8s, 9s out of 10s that everybody's getting it. This game makes me feel uneasy. I mean, it did anyway because it's in the sleazy bastard genre, but now it's in the sleazy bastard genre with suicide and depression and anxiety, etc. Tick, 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 tick. I don't see an accomplished horror game here like I was told to expect. I think it's naff and cynical. So happy Halloween.
So this is me just sitting in my virtual home here, you know, in the future, and I'm just checking my footage. I'm just checking my footage for the Resi 4 VR review that I'm doing. Looks good. All good. Let's have a wee bit of meditation while we're here. I'm sure Ryan would approve of this. This is guided meditation VR. Right. Excuse my COVID cough. Let's go to the River Meadows for some guided audio meditation. How about for anxiety? Here we go.
Hi, and welcome to this Meditation for Anxiety series. This is a 10-part series in which you will learn to observe and manage anxiety and let go of fears and excessive worrying. We'll begin with the breath and work our way through understanding anxiety and where it comes from, and importantly, how to learn to live in the moment and be free from anxiety. First, ensure that you're sitting or lying comfortably. Allow your body to rest. Allow your body to feel heavy. Your hands are resting in a comfortable position. Your palms are open and facing up. Allow your hands to rest easy, fully relaxed. Now take a deep inhalation and breathe out slowly. I want you to know that during this meditation you will always be safe. But if for whatever reason you feel uneasy or you wish to come out of this meditation, you can do so at any time by just counting backwards from 3 down to 1 and taking a deep breath.
This is fucking magic.
For now, just continue to breathe naturally.
Hen, I know, but
I just think it's magic that
As you
we
breathe,
came
you
to
might become aware of things in your
Hen.
visual field, or thoughts that arise. Just
Hen,
allow
hold on.
that to happen. Become aware
hold
of
on.
them, and then gently bring your awareness back to the sound of my voice.
a wee tree. Right. I need to shut her up for a second. I think it's beautiful that we've came to a place as well where we can have things like this. I fell asleep playing this the other night and woke up with big mad red circles around my eyes as if I'd been working in a COVID ward for 10 hours. How far we've come. You imagine trying to release this in the Commodore 64. And I don't mean just because, you wouldn't have been able to fucking do this in the Commodore 64, obviously. I'm meaning because we weren't the kind of people then, were we? Where we would allow ourselves to play games like this and enjoy experiences like this. And again, it's not like the graphics are spectacular or anything, but it doesn't matter. Because see the actual guided meditation audio, it does a really great job. You know, it's telling you to accept what it is you see and where you are and what you feel and how you breathe and all of that. And you don't need, you don't need realistic graphics for that. This is enough. I found myself in it the other night just kind of enjoying thinking about just what all this represents. What a virtual world like this represents. The time and the effort and the care and the work, the man hours that's been put into it to make it happen. And the cause, the reason for putting all this together is this, is allowing people to enjoy these pleasant experiences. Where do you want to go? You want to see this big tropical sunset? I just think it's wonderful that you can...
Hi, and welcome to this Meditation for Anxiety series.
I mean, who doesn't want to be here?
This is a 10-part series in which you will learn to observe and manage anxiety and let go of fears and excessive worrying. We'll begin with the breath and work our way through understanding anxiety and where it comes from, and importantly, how to learn to live in the moment and be free from anxiety. First, ensure that you're sitting or lying comfortably. Allow your body to rest.
Hello.
Hi.
I was talking to them. Welcome to the interview section of the show. We're going to talk today about, this is episode 136, and we're talking about Lifeboat, Game & Watch game Lifeboat, and what joining me is...
Safi.
Safi. Am I saying that right? Safi?
Yes.
This is owned by Safi, and when did you buy this, Safi?
I was a child, so maybe I was about 6 or 7, so that would have been late 80s.
And this was released in 1983, I'm sure you know that. It's yours, you know that, didn't you? It was
That's
released in
when I was
1983, you know that? And it's the 36th Game & Watch. I mean, you know that anyway, because it's yours, obviously. It's the 36th Game & Watch. And what happens in Lifeboat?
So it's a very, very simple game, but very, very thrilling. Basically, there's cruise ships on fire. People are jumping
Let them burn.
People are jumping out of the cruise ships and falling into the sea, and there's sharks going back and forth in the sea, and you've got a little lifeboat that you control, and you have to pick up the people. But the catch is that you can only take 4 or 5 people in a lifeboat at a time, and then you have to offload them onto the island because you can't take more than 5 people. So the pressure is on because it only takes so many people.
I know it's called Lifeboat, but they actually look more like life rafts that you're on, that you're rescuing the people on.
Yeah,
you know,
they're quite flat little things. Also, I always, for some reason, thought the people looked a bit more like insects somehow.
They actually look like, there's another Game & Watch game called, you know this probably now, you know your games, don't you? There's another game called Parachute, I think, another Game & Watch one called Parachute, where it's almost exactly the same character model that they've just used in both games, cheapskates. So you are a non-gamer, you would say
Yeah.
that when you made it out.
Yeah.
You managed to break, because you got obsessed with this.
I
is
got
that
really
right?
obsessed with it. Yeah, I wasn't even into screens really, although having said that, I also
I love
used
screens, I'm into screens.
I also used to have one of those old cameras where you put the cassettes in, and I had Peter Pan and I had Lady and the Tramp and stuff, and it was animated, click-stop animation.
You mean the Vectro, whatever they things are, is that what you mean?
It wasn't like that. You put the disc in the thing and then you turn it.
Right.
But anyway, that was the only other kind of screen-based thing I had, but I got obsessed with that too. But this one, I remember going to Toys R Us to buy it. I can't remember if it was a birthday or Christmas or something. And they said, you can have whatever you want in the whole of Toys R Us.
Who said that?
My parents. And then I chose this, and I think I do remember them saying, are you sure? Because I'd not really been
Do you remember if there was a choice of other Game & Watch things, or...?
I'm sure there would have been, but I was just attracted to this one. I can't even remember if I managed to play it in the store or if I just chose it off the shelf.
And you don't remember how much it was?
No idea.
You know it's worth about hundreds of pounds?
About hundreds.
Do you think you would sell it, or is there too much sentimental value?
I think I'd keep it for a good while. I think I'd rather give it to somebody eventually one day.
Give it to someone, it's worth money, you don't give it.
Unless I got really desperate and had to pay the bills, but I think I'd rather keep it like all the other weird 80s stuff in my cupboard, and then...
I've seen you play this and you're really good at it.
Yes, I am.
And modest as well. I mean, you've had a very different life. For me, you've been around the world and you've got thousands of pals and you've done loads of adventures, and my life obviously took a very different path because I never made it out to get video games, so I stayed in my bedroom till I was in my 50s. How did you break the spell of Lifeboat?
The lifeboat spell. Well, I'm not sure the lifeboat spell is really broken, because you saw as soon as I got batteries in it.
Yeah, but you're still a functioning
awake.
adult though. I mean, like, if the people who are watching this had this kind of obsession and they turned the machine on when they go out of the house, that's fair to say about you, isn't it? That you wouldn't even be able to leave the house for months.
Right.
Probably. You'd be right back on it.
I don't know. I definitely enjoyed it, but then I'm quite good at things in moderation somehow, I think. I get obsessed with something for a little while and then I just move on to something else.
Have you ever been obsessed about any other video games?
I did have a little obsession with Angry Birds. I think what it is I feel the obsession coming on and then I know, okay, it's time to stop. But also when I was a kid I really liked other things. I liked dancing, I was quite like I wasn't very confident socially, so I was quite reclusive, but I did like dancing and I went to, a dance school and stuff.
So close to the camera. We're sitting so close.
Wait, are you listening to what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Good. So, yeah, I liked, I remember getting...
I'm just thinking about this lot, dancing. Oh.
Dancing's great.
No,
Doesn't involve screens.
with them doing it. Jiggling a bit.
They might be great, wouldn't they?
All the crumbs falling off them.
What sausage roll crumbs?
Yeah, exactly. Entire sausage rolls falling off them.
Just falling out of their beards.
She's got you there. What's your favourite part of Lifeboat?
Oh, the bit when the raft gets too full and you have to get over to the island really quickly and unload someone and then come back.
So what's the highest score you can get in this game? I've played it, I think I got 9. I saved 9 people.
That's good.
But my problem is that it's a cruise ship that's on fire, and my instinct is, as I said earlier, is just to let it burn, because the cruise ships are they're so damaging to the environment that they're actually probably less polluting when they're on fire than they are when they're usual operating cells.
I mean, my feeling about cruise ships is ambivalent to annoyed, I'd say, as well.
Ambivalent to annoyed.
Yeah, on that end of the scale of things. It flips between ambivalent and annoyed, because again they're pretty bad for the environment and I don't fancy going on a cruise ship. But then again, it's not the people's fault, that are jumping out of the ship that it's on fire. A and B games, one's faster than... Oh no, one's got 2 lifeboats in it and it's 2 screens, so you're watching both screens. The other one's got 1 lifeboat that flips across the screens. So, but it gets faster and faster.
It's so difficult. It's
It's
ridiculously difficult.
Also, I'm dyspraxic. I mean, how did I
It
manage
doesn't
to
make
play
any
this
sense.
game?
It doesn't make any sense.
Maybe it improved my coordination.
There must be a maximum amount of people that you can save though, because there can't be infinite customers on the lifeboat, on the cruise ship. Can it?
I don't know. There must be. Well, I don't know. I think the game's quite infinite. I've never really reached a place where it stops.
Quite infinite.
Very infinite.
Very infinite. This game is very infinite.
Also, what's weird is when you open it, you know, like,
It's Japanese, isn't it?
yeah, open is the other way.
You see that? It doesn't open like you would expect it to open on this side, but it doesn't open on the other side. Let's have a look at you playing
Oh God,
lifeboat.
should have practiced. Let me know if you need me to purposefully lose so you can see what happens.
Wow.
Let's slow down.
You're saying that because you feel like you're about to die,
I don't know, maybe.
and you want to say it was purposeful.
Yep.
What are you on,
Covering my
100
back.
and what?
It's the music, it makes me tense. You distracted me.
Is that it?
That's the end of that one. Yeah, but 294 is my score. That was riveting, wasn't it?
It was pretty exciting actually, it was really, really exciting. Well, thanks for joining me on the chat show. Safi, was it?
Thanks for, yeah,
Safi.
thanks for having me.
Okay. Thanks for bringing your toy in. So you won't be selling it?
I won't be selling it, but if people would like a shot, then maybe.
Oh, okay. Even in COVID times, you'll give people a shot of that?
Well, actually, no. Maybe just you.
You
But
can have a shot.
maybe you.
Okay. Okay, I'll have a shot.
Okay.
Okay, see you next time. I
Bye.
won't probably see you next time. Okay.
Bye.
Love you.
What?